What's going on, guys? No Guys here, welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to go over mistakes that a lot of gold tier players make that elite players do not. One question I get heavily asked is defending inside the box. What do you do in a situation like this when your opponent has the ball and the ball has already gone through to the player? How do you defend these situations? Well, it's actually quite simple. If you do enjoy this content, don't forget I do stream on twitch.tv/NoGuy. That's where you can ask me your questions in regards to gameplay and things like that. Link is down below in the description. So when you first get the ball over here, the most important thing is analyzing. Now, most of the time, people try to aim to get their CDM back into position. Someone like their CDM, like Renato Sanchez, the aim is to move them back in position. Sometimes you might not be able to get there in time. Now I understand that, you want to cut the passing lane, get to that player, but sometimes you'll be too late. Now the key thing to note in these situations is, okay, if you can't do that anymore, what can you do after that? And normally, like in this time the pass has been made, the most important thing is switching to the correct player. Now, I always use the L1 or the LB button if you're on Xbox to switch the player inside the box. I never use a right stick switch because one, right stick switching is extremely buggy. It's really important that you have the second defender icon above the player's head. That way you can see that, okay, if I press the L1 button, I'll switch to that player guarantee. So not the white marker. You see the one that's kind of like the yellowy kind of tinted ones, like yellowy kind of red, kind of grey. That is the one that you want to use. So you want to press the L1 button and switch to that player guarantee. Now a lot of the time, you're not going to know what to do. The most important thing is switching to this guy and defending the angle towards goal. You should always look at the player on the ball. In this situation, it was Vardy. Now, Vardy is a decent player, got a very, very good strong right foot, but he's very weak on his left foot with a 3-star weak foot. So what I do is I press the L1 button, I switch straight away to Quadrado, I slow this down to half the speed, and I just run into the space. So you see, this is the thing, I don't actually tackle him. I actually just run into. It's more about occupying the angle, because the reason is when I get the ball over here, I'm not thinking, okay, I need to go and get the ball, because if he turns inside around me, then I am screwed. If he, for example, took a touch in behind Quadrado and then took a shot, I would be in trouble. If he took a touch downwards and he took a shot, I would be in trouble. So going towards the ball here, it's not viable. The more viable thing to do is kind of let him take a touch, see what he is doing, but at the same time, you're kind of going towards the ball. So what I'm doing is I'm anticipating where the touch is going to be. Now, you might be thinking, hang on, isn't that like guessing? But the difference is, if you over guess, and let's say, for example, I commit in this area, the worst thing that he can do is go on his left foot and shoot on his weaker foot. That is the worst thing that he can do. Now, if this is someone like Ben Yedder or someone like Neymar who's got a 5-star weak foot, or someone like Son, I will still take the exact methodology, but I won't commit maybe all the way. I might just kind of veer off him just to cover the angle, because that's the important thing, covering the angle towards goal. So I'm not defending to get the ball. I'm kind of putting my player in a position to block the shot towards goal and then letting him run into me. That's the first thing, is defend the angle towards goal and blocking the angle towards goal. Now here's another example I wanted to show you through more of a counter-attack situation over here. I make a grave mistake of bringing my centre back out of position. Now sometimes you might try to make a tackle, as you can see over here. I did so with Marquinhos. I'm not the fastest players that make a tackle, and unfortunately he makes the 1-2 around me. Here I tried to be overly aggressive with my other centre back, when realistically I should have just ran backwards. But sometimes you do make those mistakes, there's no doubt about that. If you made that mistake, as you can see here, the ball unfortunately deflected away from me, there's nothing I can do. The most important thing was running back. Now here I also made another mistake. You see, at this point I chose the correct defender and I actually ran back. The reason why I wanted to switch back to Marquinhos is I wanted to basically switch between these two guys and run with them together cohesively, if that makes sense. Unfortunately, the game didn't allow me to do that, so originally I was meant to run back like this, because I was worried that this player might come in behind and he might sweat it down the line. I anticipated that danger early on. Once he made that pass, I changed to Marquinhos and I realized, okay, Marquinhos is too far behind, I can't keep up. Now this is the thing, you see, I'm not actually running towards the ball. You see how I'm running back towards goal. The same methodology is used. I want him to get the ball and then face up against me. Now running towards the ball, me missing, he can just nudge the ball past me, do a skill move, then I'm screwed. If I run towards where the ball is going to be, especially with someone who's slower, I can defend normally slower than a striker, I'm fine. Then you see, this is the thing, you see, I know Dalglish is a 5-star weak foot. There is a chance that he could, for example, pass João Felix, or he could take a shot across goal. He's got two options, a fake shot stop here, go downwards, or go like that and go across goal, even near post. I don't know what he's going to do, but all I know is that there's a potential chance he could sweat the ball. So you see how I'm over committing in front of him? I'm not under committing. I'm not staying in line with him saying go forward and take a 45-degree angle and take a shot towards goal. I'm kind of staying with him just a bit in front, so I'm stopping him from going in behind. And then when it's a time to win the ball or when he's about to take the shot, then I go towards him. So you see I kind of run towards him, run it, look at my bottom of the screen, the controller, moving to the left hand side. Once there's a chance for me to get the ball, then I move upwards on my left analog stick and then I make the slide tackle. But you see, I do it only when the chance is there, because at this point, he could do a fake shot stop, he could pass the ball backwards, I don't know. It's only then I make the slide tackle to get the ball. And don't forget, the slide tackle over the normal standing tackle has a higher reach. So if you try to make a normal tackle here, most of the time you can only reach this far, whereas a slide tackle can reach that far. So the benefit of the slide tackle is you get the extra reach, extra distance, and that way you're sliding in. Even if he took a shot earlier, at least by the slide tackle, even if he did take the shot, at least the slide tackle is covering that angle towards the far post. So that way, it means that he's got a lower chance of him to score from that night. Because you see how my slide tackle is blocking the angle? So even if the shot did go through, I'm still blocking the furthest angle towards the far post. So kind of killing two birds with one stone. Now it's kind of a similar situation over here. 7 minutes inside the game. It's very, very early on. He makes a pass down the middle. And for some reason, I decide to be over aggressive. As I said, I bring my striker back. I then use Renato Sanchez and I be overly aggressive. I make a bad mistake as opposed to marking the striker. I'm out of position, I'm in trouble. So here I try to recover my absolute best. He then passes the ball around me. He's a good player. He doesn't really push and rush forward when he has the attack. Once I get into this situation, I'm a bit in trouble. I run out my centre back, so I try to be aggressive. Now this is the thing. When he has the ball over here, you see how I don't go towards him? I kind of lean off a little bit because he's facing away from goal. When he turns around, then I'll face up towards him and I'll overcommit just a tad bit on the inside. Why? It's because I want to push him down the wing. That's the logic. It's kind of like, imagine Robin in real life. Imagine Robin is cutting in on his left foot. You don't want Robin to shoot on his left foot in a corner because you know that's going in. So you kind of force him, as you can see, overcommitting a bit towards the center to stop him from making a pass and for him to go down the wing. Then when he makes the pass over there, do you see how I swiftly move like this and I cut the passing lane back out to Butragueño? So you see I'm doing two things. Number one, I'm stopping the danger areas. Number one here, I'm realizing, okay, he's got a danger. I don't know what he's going to do. He might do a first time fake shot straight away. The goal is too far away, so you can't just turn and shoot there. That is why I went backwards. If this was outside the goal, I wouldn't have. Because it's far away, I gave him space. Then I realized, okay, he's cutting inside. Let me force him on the wide area. He makes a 1-2. Then my next logic is, okay, realistically, Werner can't do anything here. He's right-footed or wherever he's left-footed. I wasn't even sure at this moment. The only thing I know is he's facing away from goal. I need to stop this pass. So I then move with Kamara and I go towards Werner to block him. Do you see that? I'm blocking the passing lane. Do you see that? And it's only then when he makes a touch away, then I get the ball after. But again, the most important thing is I was blocking the angle towards goal. You see that? Blocking the pass so you can't make that pass going forward. So then that way Butragueño can't take a shot, can't score. Werner has to turn around here. He does turn around. I press the tackle button. Now, for me, X is my tackle button. For you, it'll be circle. And unfortunately, the ball gets away in a situation. But even over here, you see the exact same thing. Even when the ball did get away, and sometimes rebounds do happen, do you see how I'm also in this situation now running towards the ball? And you see how I know that Sane is left-footed. So I'm basically charging into him like this. So I'm still kind of doing two things. I'm also blocking the pass so he can't make the pass to Werner, but I'm also forcing him to turn around. I'm forcing him to face away from goal. If he's facing away from goal, it's less dangerous for me, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Unfortunately, he makes a touch towards me, which is a very common mistake that a lot of lower tier, gold tier players do, is they make a touch into offensive position like he did, and I did win the ball back and swiftly got the ball back, which allowed me to then counter attack. One of the final clips I want to show you is awareness of situations. Now, sometimes you might get caught in behind. We know how deadly through balls are, and here I get countered very, very quickly. I try to change to my CDM and I try to recover. Now, Marquinhos, we know is a very slow player, so I try to overcommit towards. See, like this, even though I don't know where the ball is going, you see how I'm overcommitting so much. I'm assuming the ball is going to be over there, and thankfully I did, because he knocked the ball straight past me. Then he does a fake shot inwards. That's completely fine. But it's the thing. Do you see how I follow along? He does a fake shot inwards. He does a fake shot. I see the animation. I already start moving this way to force him to go back towards the wing or stop him from making a pass down the middle. I end up getting the pass. Unfortunately, the ball gets dispossessed and pass the ball to Mbappe. Now here, I know Mbappe is right-footed. He can't shoot. Even if he could shoot, the chance of him scoring from this with his left foot is like 1 in 5, maybe even less. from that far out, you're not going to score. So I then choose this defender facing towards the goal. Now this is the thing. Sometimes you have to analyze where the danger area is. Now I know I can see Fernando Torres running inside the box. Now yes, can Mbappe shoot from here and can he score? Yes. But statistically speaking, mathematically speaking, the odds are completely against him. I would say most times they're not Mbappe on his weak foot. Even if that was Mbappe's strong foot, I would say try your luck. It won't really go in. I don't think it would, especially with Mbappe. But I'm not too sure here. So with this player, I got to make a choice. Either I go towards Mbappe, but if I do and he makes a pass, I'm screwed. So here I hold my distance. I see which direction Torres is running into, and then I decide to choose a thing. I got to mark either Torres or Mbappe, and this time I choose to mark Torres. Now this is the thing. You see how it was a very good pass in the end, but you see how at the end of the day, I made it difficult for him. I basically closed up the gap towards Torres. And this is the thing. I was kind of picking up Torres running like that. I was kind of picking him up and then following him along. And that way I'm forcing him to make a pass like this. That way I can always switch to this player, or he made the awkward pass in the middle between both these two players. But the key thing was I had to defend the situation. And the most important thing was trying to stop him from getting the ball into that final zone. Now, sometimes you can't defend everything. I'm not going to lie. But as you can see my ideology was that I knew that he couldn't take a shot at Mbappe. I went to go mark the dangerous position first. And then ultimately, I did recover. One final example I wanted to show you is in regards to positioning. So as you can see here, I'm getting counter-attacked very severely. I have got no players in behind. He makes an absolutely beautiful through ball down the wing. Now, this is the thing. At this situation, when he made this through ball, you had to analyze the danger. I knew there was one player inside the box, so I ended up going downwards towards the area just in case he tried to make a first time driven pass. I want to be there. It looks like I'm playing him onside, but I'm kind of tricking his eyesight because I want him to force to make a pass and I can go back and intercept it, if that makes sense. So here he comes towards the ball. Now in this situation, I'm unsure. I don't know what he's going to do. I know this player is completely free. Now what I actually did is I actually moved Semedo away to kind of bait him to make the pass so I can recover. But that's a bit complicated. We'll move on to that in another video. But for now, just focus on what I did. So then here I run towards the ball. And this is the thing. At this point, I know he's got the ball. I cannot get there in time. I thought that with Patrick Van Aanholt, I thought I could recover. Unfortunately here I was too late. But it's the thing. As soon as I realized that I was in danger, I use the L1 button, I switch to this guy and I go and mark the dangerous area. Now, if he wants to cross, let him cross. But I don't trust AI to defend this situation, especially on the ground. So I press the L1 button. But now with Semedo, now watch, I move Semedo all the way upwards. Now this is the thing, I'm covering the sweat. Do you see that? So I think he's going to sweat like either here or here. I'm not too sure, so I cover the sweat. The key thing is I switched to Semedo in this situation. Now yes, could I have defended against this maybe a bit better, maybe initially over here? Yes, maybe. I won't lie. I could have tried to, if I wanted to, try to run towards the ball and maybe try to play him offside, but it was too risky. I couldn't bring this player in over here and try to run towards the ball in this situation because I knew he was too far away and the ball was moving too fast. But more importantly, he could make a first time pass to this player. So my idea was to kind of bait him. But whatever happened at the end of the day was changed to Semedo. And then you see, even at this point, you might think, okay, maybe I overcommitted too much, but I knew if he made a regular pass, the only way this pass would go through, realistically speaking, this was a lofted pass. I would be able to run back in time with Semedo because he's got very high agility and balance and very good sprint speed. I trust myself in this situation many times to cover with Semedo. Or a regular pass. Most driven passes will curve like that, or driven through ball, or driven crosses, so we're able to neutralize the danger, and then basically takes an unfortunate touch, and then I was able to distribute the ball. But the key thing is reacting to whatever you have left. Sometimes you're going to make mistakes. That's why I showed these clips deliberately. You're going to make mistakes. The key thing is reacting to the mistakes that you've made. I just want to show you one final example over here. I have the ball, and unfortunately it was ruled as offside, and my opponent plays a very, very fast set piece kick. Free kick in his indirect, should I say, in his half, and he then makes a pass all the way down the wing. Now here I'm in trouble. So here I change to my left wing back, or whoever this is, Overmars in this situation. Then he makes a pass towards the center. Now the key thing is, who do you choose? Now a lot of players here, they will go towards and choose Mukiele. Why? It's because, you know, Marquinhos is over there, man marking that guy. Let me try to choose Mukiele, who is behind the ball. Now, if we focus on Mukiele, if we switch to Mukiele over here, if we press L1 twice, we would have switched to Mukiele. And yes, there is a chance we may have gotten the ball. let's say there is a chance we may have gotten the ball, but there's no guarantee. Do you see that Mukiele here? If he made a touch, now this, to be honest, he made a touch like that, that's the only reason why there was a chance. But if he made a more logical touch upwards, or a touch like that than in the first time fake shot, then it could very much be a goal. So in this situation, I didn't want to take the risk. I didn't know what to do, but I didn't want to choose Mukiele because it's kind of irrational and it's kind of illogical to go down the wing that way or go towards Mukiele. So I choose Marquinhos and I hold my ground. So I'm saying, okay, if you're going to take a shot or you're going to pass the ball to Mbappe, I am blocking the angle out. So you see, I move Marquinhos to the running jockey to block the angle out. Then he takes a touch inwards and I read it. Now you see, I don't take a risk. I don't switch to Mukiele even though he's next to the ball because there is a good chance he can glitch past him. I stay with Marquinhos. Again, I'm stopping the pass to Mbappe and I'm forcing him to go down the wing. I don't want Torres to go on his right foot and take a shot. I want him to go on his weak foot. And then when the ball is in a good position, then I kind of go ahead and go intercept the ball. Now the key thing is, yes, you can argue I got a bit lucky because Mukiele was there. Maybe he helped a bit with the body check, even though it's considered illegal, but in the game it's considered technically legal because it doesn't really register as a foul. Same as handballs. But in this situation, as you can see, I blocked the angle towards goal, so he couldn't make the pass, he couldn't shoot. Then I went towards him while still maintaining and blocking the angle towards goal, basically forcing him to go down the wing. And then when he went down the wing, then I reacted and curved around. That's the thing, even if he still went through, as you can see, I'm still blocking the angle towards goal. So even if he got there first, there was a big chance I would have blocked it. The most important thing is positioning and blocking the angle towards goal when you're defending. You can always react after, but always neutralize the initial danger first and the most dangerous position. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy. If you do like content, you can see more content like this on my Patreon, patreon.com/nilguides. Link is down below in the description. Thanks again. Take it easy and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.